Hi. Before we get into anything else, yes, you're hearing an AI voice. This is a tool I'm using while I work on my speech. I have disabilities that affect how I talk, how I pronounce words, and how I write. Sometimes I repeat myself. And sometimes, if I have a seizure in the middle of writing, my sentences go off the rails and look like I'm drunk typing in a windstorm. AI helps me bridge that gap. It doesn't fix me. It doesn't replace me. It just makes sure people can understand what I'm trying to say. For me, AI is a tool the same way glasses help you see or ramps help you get into a building. It takes the thoughts in my head and helps me shape them into something readable, especially for people who don't know me well enough to decode artist brain in real time. I use it to clarify my words, to stay focused, and to keep my writing from turning into chaos when my brain decides to take an unscheduled detour. I also working on an AI version of my own voice to practice speaking to work on enunciation, reduce stuttering, and learn how to communicate more clearly. It's not a replacement for my voice. It's training wheels for talking with confidences. And because I know someone out there is already clutching their pearls. No, I don't use AI to make art. I'm an artist. My art matters to me. AI is not my art machine. It's not my shortcut. It's not my replacement. It's a tool that helps me function, not a tool I use to generate graphics and call them mine. That's a hard no. And while we're being honest, AI is only as smart as the person using it. Professionals should be building their own private databases, uploading their own work, and using AI as a reference or a speed-up tool, not as a human replacement. The tech isn't the problem. How people choose to use it is. For me, AI gives me a place to think out loud without being judged. It helps me stay rational when my brain wants to spiral. It helps me communicate in a world that wasn't built with my disabilities in mind. And it lets my voice be heard clearly, even on days when my mouth refuses to cooperate. This is accessibility. This is support. This is life giving me the tools better support myself and why I am choosing. This is me using the tools available to live my life, learn, and keep moving forward. Now, before I talk about the artwork you're seeing in this video, I want to explain something important about how I practice art these days. I built a template system, a kind of mock commission setup, because I needed structure to get back into drawing. I used to do free drawings for people, and it got abusive fast. People pushed boundaries, demanded more, or treated my time like it didn't matter. After a while, it drained the joy out of art so badly that I stopped drawing almost completely. 2 years of barely touching my sketchbook, all because the experience burned me out. But I still want to grow. I still want to create. I still want my hobbies to be part of my life, not something I avoid. The problem is, I need structure to function. I always have. Even as a kid, I wouldn't draw a single line until I had notes, plans, and a whole mental checklist ready to go. That's still how my brain works. Without a framework, I freeze. With a framework, I thrive. So I built myself a system, a template that mimics the process of taking a client commission, but without the pressure of an actual client. It gives me instructions, boundaries, and a clear goal. It lets me practice the way I need to practice, at my own pace, without anyone taking advantage of me. This template isn't about replacing creativity. It's about protecting it. It's about giving myself the structure I need to keep drawing, keep improving, and keep reconnecting with the part of me that loves making art. For recording I used OBS, I work in Paint tool Sci 2. That's my main workspace. I do some After Effects and fine-tuning in Photoshop, but because Photoshop loves to flash my real name everywhere, I'm keeping that part off camera for now. Maybe one day, when I'm feeling less paranoid, I'll show more of the touch-up process. For now, Sci 2 is the star of the show. The first thing I do is read the prompt and give myself time to process it. I don't rush into drawing. I let the idea settle, then I sketch. And my sketches? They're messy. Chaotic. Scribbles that only make sense to me. But I've been doing this for over 20 years, and I come from a scratchboard background, which means I'm extremely comfortable working with my mistakes instead of trying to erase them. Sometimes my sketch is literally 3 lines and then I jump straight into inking. Inking is where I slow down and get intentional. One of the reasons I love Paint tool Sci is because everything is right there as buttons, no digging through menus inside menus. The vector tools aren't the cleanest in the world, but if I export the file as a PSD and bring it into Illustrator, it vectorizes beautifully for high-resolution printing. During inking, I focus on flow. I want the lines to feel good, to guide the eye, and to make the piece easy for people to color and add their own details if they want to. Coloring is optional for me. Most of what I offer as commissions are custom coloring pages, whether it's based on a photo, an OC, or a mix of both. But sometimes I color a piece just to experiment or push myself. Right now, I'm building a set of samples that aren't tied to anyone's name, so I can show what I'm capable of without revealing anything personal. This is my process. It's structured, it's familiar, and it lets me keep creating without burning out or losing myself in the chaos. So that's my process, the structure I use, the tools that support me, and the way I've rebuilt my art practice on my own terms. AI helps me communicate, my template helps me create, and together they give me the space to keep growing without burning out. I'm still learning. I'm still improving. And I'm still figuring out how to balance accessibility, creativity, and privacy in a world that moves way too fast. But I'm here, I'm making things again, and I'm doing it in a way that protects my energy instead of draining it. If you've watched this far, thanks for being here. I hope this gives you a better understanding of how I work, why I use the tools I use, and what it takes for me to keep doing the things I love. This isn't about replacing myself with AI. This is about using the support I need so I can keep showing up as me. Thanks for watching.